given the necessary attention for centuries. Currently, agriculture is among sectors that the government has given priority.
Objectivi guddaa maaliin wanta jennuuf namni hojjetu objectivi kaayyoo qabaachuu qaba waan ta'eef tokkoffaan wabii nyaataati.
We have to realize some objectives to effectively ensure transformation of agriculture. These objectives are: first, food and security should be ensured. Second, import substitution should be realized. There are a lot of products we import, for instance, wheat, barley and others. There are also processed agricultural products that we are importing. So we have to work hard to substitute these products. We have to enhance both quality and quantity of our production. In the third place, we have to strive to maximize our exporting capacity. We have to be strategic and selective. Prioritization should be effectively implemented. The fourth one is creating wide job opportunity to the youth. If we perform well on these thematic areas, we can transform our agriculture in a short period of time.
According to document from the Oromia Agriculture and Natural Resource Bureau, economic growth of the country in real GDP between 2016 and 2020 was 8.7% in average. Agriculture accounts 5.05%, industry accounts 10.56%, and service accounts 12.53% in average. So agriculture is the least compared to the rest sectors. This shows that attention was not given to the sector to the extent it should.
Imaammatoonni tarsiimoleen jiran kan qonnaan bulaa bilisummaa tolan kan rakkoo isaa hiikaniif bajeta mootummaa jireenya qonnaan bulaa irratti akka dhangala'u kan dirqisiisan hin turre.
Previously, strategies and policies were not focusing on solving our farmers' problems. They were not forced the government to allocate enough budget to agriculture sector. Farmers were only promoted on TV programs. The same is true for pastoralists. To be honest, it was government's policy that stayed our farmers in poverty. But now our scholars are highly dedicated to solve the agricultural limitations from its grassroots level. More than 50 scholars came together to write a book which states limitations in the agriculture sector with solutions. Some of them contributed their lifelong researches to this work. This is to realize the agriculture transformation of our region in particular and the country in general. So, our agriculture is led by the roadmap designed by our scholars. These scholars deserve thanks. I therefore would like to thank them. Hereafter, researches conducted by our scholars are not remain on shelf, rather practically implemented on the ground. We have already started the implementation in the past 2 years. More than 550 agricultural machines were imported tax-free, which is a result of our initiative. Many things are being improved in this regard. For instance, there is improvement in mechanization, coffee pressing, wheat production, and so on. Our farmers are developing culture of saving as well. So, these all initiatives are good starters.
We are the product of this region. We are trained by the people of this region. The people, farmers, contribute a lot to train us. We intellectuals came from this community, has to contribute to support the development effort of this region. So all sectors, including the health sector, industry sector, the education sector, the intellectuals, we have enough intellectuals in the sector. They have to come together and contribute their share to support the education, the healthy, the environment, the industry, all aspects of the development endeavor of these regions.
But after the reform has taken place in the country, the government has strictly been working to realize transformation of the sector. To realize the agriculture transformation, mechanizing the sector is among the priorities that should be given attention both at regional and federal levels.
Wanti qabnu qonnadha. Akka biyyaattis akka naannoottis qonni eessaa ka'ee eessa ga'eera karaa productivity karaa oomishaani guddina baay'ee agarta.
Agriculture is the most important sector, both at the regional and federal level. The sector has shown huge improvement, but it doesn't fit the demand of our people yet. The population of the country is rapidly growing, but our agriculture is crawling, especially before the reform. There are even food insecurity challenges in the country. This should be curbed in a short period of time. To do so, we have to transform our agriculture. There is no artificial substitution for agriculture. For instance, our people used to build houses from mud and gradually from wood and metal. But food has no substitution. Unless agriculture is improved, it is difficult to survive. If we want to transform our agriculture, we have to focus on Oromia because more than 50% of agriculture products are from Oromia. This also covers the export, food security, and amount of production. Therefore, we have to invest in Oromia to realize the agriculture transformation of our country.
The Oromia Agriculture and Natural Resource Bureau recognizes farmers and pastoralists who are successful in their work once a year. This year, more than 560 model farmers and pastoralists are recognized by the Oromia Agriculture and Natural Resource Bureau.
Kanaan qaranooti hojjennaa hojjennu baas isaa xilannee sarraatanya akaffalla.
I produce coffee in cluster, being with my friends. The government initiated us to work in cluster. We worked hard and become successful. Previously, it was tough even to ensure food security of our family. But after we started cluster farming method, we have shown many improvements. Cooperation is very important in farming process. Agriculture experts usually support us with their knowledge. They advise us how to cultivate our products. They show us how to malt coffee and protect it. So our production has been increasing from time to time. In the future, we have a plan to become investors.
Anamma boqqolloo oomisha kilaansaraan ijaaramne miseensa nama 23 qaba hektaara 15 qonna sanirra bu'aan argadde immoo bara dabre kuntaala 60 na boqqollootu madde baran immoo kuntaala 80 hanga 90tti nin argadda jeetin abdadde.
I produce maize. I work with my friends. We produce it using cluster method. We are 23 in number and work on 15 hectares of land. Last year, we've got 60 quintals of maize per hectare. We've a plan to harvest 80 to 19 quintals from the same hectare. Before we started this cluster farming method, we had been suffering from food insecurity challenges. But now, we've shown many improvements. Now I have built residential house in town. I have also supporting my family. If the government supports us, we have a plan to develop by using irrigation.
The recognition is aimed at encouraging farmers towards hard working and attracting more farmers.
Waldaan gurmoofne sanyii baay'isaa jirra. Waldaan gurmoofne yoo jedhu waldaa miseensa nama 55 qabu lafa hektaara 130 irratti gurmoofne nama 55
We are multiplying seeds organized in association. Our association has 55 members and currently we are producing seeds on 130 hectares of land. Working in cluster has many advantages. At first place, it strengthens cooperation among people. It also opens opportunity to share experiences to each other. We are very happy to be recognized by the Agriculture Bureau of the region. We have more than 1 million capital. We have also various machines and store. In the future, we want to modernize our farming system and transform it to industry.
Hojiin misooma qonnaa hojii baay'ee xiyyeeffannaatti kennamee hojjetamaa jirudha. Tumsa mootummaa, tumsa uummataa, tumsa qonnaan bulaa horsiisee bulaa hunda gaafata. Hojiin kun hojii dinagdee biyyaa utubuu wajjiniin kan wal qabatuu fi
Agriculture is among the sectors that priority is given to at all levels and needs cooperation of all stakeholders. For quick transformation of the sector, agriculture has lion's share in the economy of the country. Above all, it is also a matter of survival to pay attention to this sector. In short, our identity highly depends on this sector. Our farmers need to improve their farming method and develop saving culture. The government is always by the side of all farmers. This recognition is also initiated from government attention to the sector. Our farmers are realizing prosperity at family level that the government is striving for. Not only improvement at family level, improving macroeconomy of the country is also given attention. When prosperity ensured at family level, it has greater impact on the improvement of economy of the country. Our farmers should learn from one another how to work hard. As our region with many facilitated situations, some of them are natural facilities, such as fertile soil, water and other natural resources. We've also enough manpower. Our country is home of young generation, which is productive effort. So we have to utilize our resources effectively. Unless our agriculture is transformed, it is very difficult to eliminate poverty. Poverty is not naturally given to our people. Our values like Gada system teaches us working hard. So we have to practice our values in the culture.
Which is among the strategic crops that the Oromia regional state gives due attention to. Adama Declaration is a best indication that the region has been striving to substitute imported wheat by producing it within the region. According to the Central Statistics Agency, 50.8% of wheat production of the country is from Oromia regional state. 56% of the general production of the country is also from Oromia region. That's why attention is given to Oromia regional state in wheat production. Also, the country has been striving to ensure food security of its citizens. 70 to 20 million quintals of wheat are yearly imported from other countries. The Oromia region has been working to harvest more than 30 million quintals of wheat using irrigation in this budget year. The region has been effectively utilizing its water resources as well.
Initiative one roadmapping dura kan naannoo qophaa'e kan naannoo Oromiyaa. Kan naannoo Oromiyaa qophaa'e kun qophii booda federaalli parallelii tun fixaajitootti fufeef ka'umsa guddaa ta'e.
Our initiative to prepare agriculture roadmap is now being realized at regional level. It even becomes a good start at the federal level. So, what we design here at regional level has greater contribution in supporting policy of the country. Our experiences are evidence-based. That is why both the federal and regional administratives have paid attention to our works. For instance, the Prime Minister has visited some of our projects at different times. This emanates from the attention they have given to our workers. So, we need to work hard to transform agriculture of our region and the country as well. Our agriculture should be led by knowledge and technology.
Cluster method of farming is widely used in the region, supported by technologies in order to enhance productivity of the sector. Only between 2019 and 2020, more than 395,000 hectares of land was developed with variety of crops in the region. Tax-free trucks are also imported to mechanize the agriculture sector. Previously, almost all farmers plow using oxen, but now many of them are replacing with trucks, using opportunities facilitated by the government of the region. In the past 2 years, both the federal and Oromia regional state have given attention to irrigation projects. Accordingly, more than 15 billion birr was allocated to enhance the irrigation development in the country. In Ethiopia, coffee is the most exported production. Between 2019 and 2020, the coffee production grew to 740,000 tons from 648,000 tons. 861 million coffee seedlings were also planted during the same period in order to enhance coffee production.
Hojjanne already hin badhaafanneenneeti moti ka hojjanne garuu hiyyoonni badhaadhinaa kan ta'ee fi kennaa eenyutu kan ta'e beennee ofirraa fonqolchuufi.
We produce coffee for exportation purpose. We are working not to be recognized, but recognition always comes when we work hard. I started working hard when I was young. Many people are now working with me. Now we work on not only coffee, but also rearing cattle and a mining process. We are effective and productive in our works. We are happy for the recognition. It helps us to work harder than ever. Our farmers should be cooperative and competent in order to win all the challenges that may limit them from their success. We have to utilize all the opportunities provided for us from the government.
Poultry production is one of the key livestock subsectors in the country. It plays important roles in terms of generating employment opportunity, improving family nutrition and empowering women. It is also suitable business for many households due to the small quantity of land needed and low investment costs required to start up and run the operation.
Hojiin koo horsiisa lukkuu irratti kan hojjedhu. Akkuma argitu baay'ee nama gammachiisa waan gaarii.
My name is Tagast Kabada. I am from Lume district. I work on poultry farming. It is now 4 years since I started working on this field. I have shown many improvements. I have been sharing experience to my friends. If we work hard, it's possible to improve ourselves. The main thing is dedication towards works. We have to have our own plan and objective. There might be challenges, but we have to learn from challenges and strive for further improvements. Challenges never stop us from our goals. I am a female, so being a female is a challenge by itself, and it's also an opportunity as well. What matters is the way we fight challenges and use opportunities. So all people should work day and night to reach where they want to.
The role of scholars in supporting the agriculture sector is enormous. As a result, the Oromia regional state has been encouraging many scholars to participate in the improvement program of this sector.
As it has been said for a long time, we have a lot of Oromia is a rich region with a lot of natural resource, human resource, and biodiversity resource, water resource, livestock resource, and so on. Among these, the most important is the human resource. But we have a lot of intellectuals in this country, but these intellectuals were not really standing with the regional government, contributing their base level to support the agricultural development endeavor of this region. So what we did for the last about 20 years back is we tried to bring all the professionals, stand with the regional government, advise how best you can utilize our natural resource, how best we can transfer our knowledge, how best we can improve agricultural production productivity, including livestock. This attempt has been made for a long time, but because of different reasons and the challenges, it was not materialized. But recently, since 2 years, this team again starts its effort to bring all available professionals, knowledgeable, experienced, and working in international organizations, regional organizations, and government organizations to stand together to support the regional government. Because of this effort, over 50 different professionals came together, have a big meeting to identify critical agricultural production problem of these regions. So with that start, we identified key 9 thematic areas, meaning 9 agricultural challenging areas of the regions, and identified critical team assigned to each 9 thematic areas, and start studying, identifying causes and effects of these problems. Finally, after 2 years, they came up with a big volume, over 300 pages of book, yesterday inaugurated by the president of the regional government and submitted to the regional government. This book contains major challenges of the agriculture in the region and the causes of these challenges and the solution for these challenges. So I think the Bureau of Agriculture of Oromia already started implementing some of these solutions to improve agricultural production productivity of these regions. And in the future, this team will continue by establishing councils of advisory councils in the region with all the stakeholders and review the progress of this book after 2 years. What are the achievements, the challenges this book is facing in the regions, and amend with a new initiative, new knowledge, new technologies to really make sustainable agricultural development endeavor of this.
We are already engaging in actual transformation activities. Based on the book, based on the roadmap that is put in the book, already Oromia Bureau of Agriculture and Natural Resources has already initiated about 15 initiatives, 15 projects dealing with different issues like coffee, irrigated wheat production, market promotion, and the blah blah. So I am, as one of the scholars, I am contributing and I am also engaging in one of those projects. For instance, in irrigated wheat project of Oromia. So I am currently coordinating that project. Some of the major bottlenecks of agriculture, like agriculture has not been well supported by technology. Agriculture has not been supported by different agricultural inputs. Agriculture was not as such market-oriented. So a number of bottlenecks, agricultural bottlenecks, were mentioned in that book. Of course, not only this, about 9 major bottlenecks: technology, input, market, exchange service, and others were clearly mentioned in that book. The new initiative the government has currently launched is quite encouraging, so it should be continued.